Morning, Brian.
Good morning. I'm in the car, so.
Oh, nice, nice. How are you doing today?
All right. I saw you called the other day. Sorry, I missed it. And no, my mother had a procedure that day. I was running around all Monday.
Oh, is she okay?
Yeah, she's something like, it's like a 20-minute in-office procedure, followed by ice cream. But but she
all the
well, was just doing
after.
just a lot of running around. How's it going?
Good. I feel like I haven't talked to you in so long.
Yeah, I got a few people in the in the hopper, but they're just not ready yet. But the Carl and Tony, I'm going to be meeting with them in the next week or so.
Oh, right.
they're looking to really like start the search after June. I think there's like 2 graduations they have, a wedding, a bunch of things going on, but they're, they're raring to go. So got them and Sharice Davis.
Yes, yes.
She would say she had to go down in Florida. Her grandmother passed away, but I was talking to her this week. So we're gonna at least start to get a game plan going in this crazy world.
I know, it's a lot of fun. You can come tomorrow. Did you see my invite for tomorrow? I think you declined, right? Did you understand what that was?
No, I didn't. I got the invite. I saw the invite. I got the email. I didn't respond, that I know
I
of.
thought I got a message that you
I
declined.
know I have like 2.
Maybe
I have like 3 things tomorrow morning, so I might, if I get there, it might be. I think I have to jump at 10 something, but that I didn't. I don't think I responded at all.
Oh, yeah. It says. Well, hopefully it's still on your calendar. It does show that you declined, but maybe it was by accident.
Yeah.
So like just for
Maybe, what I was playing with my calendar to fit stuff in, and maybe
all right. Well, I'm just gonna send it to you.
removed it. Yeah, but I know actually actively declined. But
Okay. Well, I'm gonna send it to you again then if it wasn't an active effort.
yeah, but I don't know technology. So.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I'll send it. Yeah. So the intent is to go through things that we're doing that could benefit you, so that you're getting the most out of of this partnership, if you will. So.
Oh, I wonder, since unlike you, I'm terrible at sitting down and actually remembering to write a note. A month ago I was going around with Nancy. I was talking to Nancy. I said I want an idea. I said I wanted to send you something or do something, and she's like, well, Pinky's not big on doing, a gift card. That's great. So I've been reading to write a note. I did a donation in your brother's name to the Children's Hospital.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice.
And I thought they'd send me something. I would be like, oh, okay, I could, show. They didn't. They were like, thanks. I was like, oh, okay. But I was thinking like, what's more meaningful than here's a Dunkin' Donuts card or a dinner card?
That is
that's
amazing, Brian. Yeah.
I know that's an important charity. So she had gotten me the information.
Oh, you are so nice. Yeah, that does mean a lot to me, and it does mean more than a gift card. So thank you.
And actually, I was talking because we're doing some YPN stuff. I'm on the state YPN.
Okay.
And we were talking about doing some we're starting a Facebook Live series this week. So that's Thursday morning. It's just like a 15-minute thing for but we're going through July. I don't know if we're booked through July, but we're looking at some things. So I said, if we want to start getting some people from Central Jersey, I said, whether agents or vendors, other people, I had dropped your name. I said, I think I could convince Pinky to do a 15-minute presentation one of those days. And then, but we were also talking about doing some sort of charity and connecting, doing some sort of event, and just even if it's a virtual thing. So that was one of the, and I actually mentioned it to Alex Jed, who's in charge of the.
Alex, you know who I am.
Yeah, I think he does. I said, there's a something like a children's hospital, and I knew that one. So I don't know. That's just something that we were just sort of spitballing ideas of trying to do something, like even if it's like a 5K or a virtual 5K something. We were I had put that out there. I was like, that would be. I said I don't think many people are going to say, oh, kids, you're trying to help kids. I don't want to be involved. I said I think that's a good charity, something that is meaningful.
Absolutely. We could do like a drive of some sort for them too. So I have a meeting with them next Friday, I think, the hospital or the 20 something, maybe not next. Yeah, I think it's next Friday. So if you want to run any ideas by, I can do that.
Yeah. And even if YPN, I've noticed it takes a while to get things up and running, but we're getting there. But I might even doing something on a local level or Century 21 level might be good. We do different things, or I could take just do it as my own little pet project.
Yeah. Well, I'm always happy to. I love charity stuff, so count us in whatever you're doing. Yeah. Good morning, Pete. Good morning, Joanne. Brian, you can't see, but a couple folks joined. Yeah.
Good morning, Pinky. Good morning, Pinky. How are you?
Great. Good. How about you?
Good, good. Thanks for the invite.
My pleasure. My pleasure. Happy you can make it.
Good morning, Pinky.
Good morning, Pete. How you doing?
Waking up. I got to get some more coffee. Tried to get in here early.
Yeah, right. Let me see how I'm doing. I try to finish like a whole bottle of water before, like early in the morning. I try to do it before breakfast, but that doesn't really happen. So like halfway through my 40 ounces. What have you been up to, Joanne?
Working, busy.
You're still doing, what was it, Macy's, right? You're still doing that?
I haven't been doing that lately.
Okay.
Busy with real estate, so, but yeah, it's Bloomingdale's, but yes, I'm there.
Sorry.
Yeah, in and out, but I haven't been there since January. That's how busy it's been.
Oh, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have to talk soon. I need to talk to you.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Hey, Kat.
Hey, Pinky. How are you?
Good. How are you? You guys know each other because you're both WCR, pretty active in WCR.
Wait, where, Joanne? I know your name.
Yeah.
I'm in North Central. I'm the president of North Central, and I dressed like it today, didn't I?
Oh, don't feel bad. Look at me. Don't feel bad. But yes, I do remember your name also. Good to see you. How about that?
Thank you.
Yeah, Joanne's active in Middlesex, Kat.
Oh, yes, you guys are an amazing, amazing network. So
Thank you.
good to see you. Thanks, Pinky. Appreciate it. I miss you. I haven't seen you in so long. It's been crazy. We too need to catch up.
Absolutely. I look forward to it. And I heard from, I forgot his name, but the member of your team, right?
Brian at some point.
Brian.
Yeah.
Yes. I talked to him.
I'll fill you in.
Yeah, I'd love to hear what you got going on.
Yeah. I might have to just undo video once we're on at some point, just so you know, but.
Okay, I appreciate the heads up. Yeah, it's good to know. I appreciate that. Perfect. Good morning, Robin. Good morning, Sarita. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Yay, Robin's got a new accepted offer, guys. We'll clap for her. We all know what a challenge that is in today's market, so.
Absolutely.
I had 3 last week.
What's that, Pete?
I had 3 last week.
Accepted. Congrats.
Buyers.
Buyers?
Wow.
Oh.
Well, it was like feast or famine.
I mean, it does happen that way, doesn't it? Yeah.
And totally. I had nothing all year. Except thankfully some listings sold, but
yeah,
I had people out making 12 offers, getting at list price and above, everyone getting denied.
Yes, that's what's been happening. That's for sure. I had 2 offers accepted on Tuesday and 1 pulled back Wednesday.
Oh,
One of
so
those
far
2
they're all good.
Because another better offer came in while they're still in attorney review, right? So,
Pinky, mine stay together, right?
yes, they do.
Come hell or high water. Switch lenders. I don't care. We're getting this done.
Yeah, gotta find a way, man. That's the name of the game here. The name.
Pinky helped get one of those offers accepted.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
You worked with this listing agent before, I think.
Which one was yours? I've had a few this week.
It's okay. Penny Cohen.
You know, I have not, but he's been in my network.
Oh, okay.
So he's heard of me for some time.
Well, that's a good thing.
We've actually not done a deal together, but he knew who I was. So I think that helped.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
I think I worked with somebody in his office.
You're a rock star. Everybody knows who you are.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I appreciate the sentiment.
Everybody knows Pinky.
Yeah, she's a rock star. Everybody knows that.
You guys, I'm not going to fit out the door. My head's going to get too big.
Never.
Awesome. Well, you know what? We're going to talk about one of the strategies that I use to create this rock star status. It's actually perfect. So it's a perfect segue, if we will. I know we're expecting some more folks, but you guys are here on time and it's 9:30. So we're gonna rock and roll. So as you know, we're talking about video marketing today. So hi, Darlene. Good to see you. So we're gonna get started. My first thing I'm gonna do, I got a little fancy with Zoom here and learned how to do some of these polls and stuff. So I have a question for all of you first to get started. So have you ever done any type of video marketing at all is what I wanna know. So I kind of just get a baseline. Whatever your answer is perfect. Just wanna get a sense of where we are. All right, so we've got about half yes and half no. So here, you can see the results now. Cool, perfect. All right. And then my second question then.
Showing us the results didn't work. Try again.
Oh, it didn't share the results with you? Oh, I have to hit share results. There we go.
There you go. Okay.
There we go. Okay, thank you.
New thing. New thing.
Yeah, new thing. Perfect. So then I have another question for you too, right? Is what do you want us to talk about today on video marketing? So what do you want to learn more about? So did I share? Yes, I did share. Okay. And you can, I think you should be able to select multiple options, by the way, if I did it right.
You did.
Okay, good. All right.
You have to teach us how to do that.
Oh, how to create a poll? Yeah.
The polls, yes.
Okay, I will. Okay, cool. So how to get started, where to post. A lot of people want ideas on content, a little bit on, okay, so content is definitely an important one, and where to post are big ones, and how to get started. Okay, cool. Well, thank you guys for giving me some, oh, here, I'm sorry, I'm looking, I'll at least share the results this time again. Okay, so a lot of similarities, and someone said other. Does anyone care to share what they mean by other?
Yeah, any new ideas and trending and what you should be doing with the videos.
Okay, got it. Okay, yeah, we can talk about that too. Perfect. Okay, so let me share my screen. Video marketing. All right, am I sharing the right screen? You can see the video marketing, right?
Now we're still seeing the poll results on top of it.
All right, hang on, let me figure
No,
out.
you gotta hit your view. Your view.
Close.
Or close.
Did it close or not yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, close
Where the
mine.
heck? Oh, here.
You gotta change your view. I don't see it.
Oh, stop sharing results. There we go. Okay. Now it should be gone, right? Yes, we're good. You can only see the screen. Okay. All right, perfect. So I'm gonna make you guys bigger so I can see all of you. Okay. All right. So video marketing, right, is what we're talking about today. And I wanted to start off with, well, you guys all know me, so I don't think I have to do the about me part because, yeah, I know everybody here pretty well. So I'm going to skip past that part. So I always like to start with a quick mortgage update and tell you what's going on. Rates are creeping up a little bit in case you have not heard this. So if you have clients that are telling you that the rates are a little bit higher, they are, they're right. If they tell you they're so high, they're wrong. It's a relative thing, right? Rates are still at all-time lows, okay? So we're still lower than we were pre-pandemic. So, and I remind everybody, right, that so the rates going a little bit higher is good for our global economy. It's good for everybody because the rates were low because of the pandemic, and this is signs that our economy is recovering from the pandemic. So overall, it's something to be happy about, even though obviously their personal economy wants it to be lower, right? So, but they're still at pretty good lows, and it's still a great time to buy. And this is like another reason, if you had people that were on the fence or something about wanting to buy or to sell, this is a great reason to reach out and say, hey, the rates are going up a little bit. I know if you wanted to take advantage of the low rates, they're still at a good place. Do you, like, should we look into doing something now, right? So definitely a good time to have that conversation. And then I just wanted to kind of remind you guys too, we were just talking a little bit as a, sidebar conversation earlier about getting offers accepted, right? And winning more bids. And so we were talking about that. And I just want to make sure that you guys all leverage the different things I know that we do to help our clients get more offers accepted, such as a simple phone call to the listing agent, right? And that, we discovered just recently together, right, Robin, how beneficial that can be. The other things that we do that you may or may not know is we review all the payment options for different price points with your buyer, because equally important is getting your buyer to make a quick decision, right? They don't have a lot of time, and it's important that they understand all their numbers ahead of time so they're able to quickly make a decision on yes or no when they see a property. So we go through all the numbers with them and make sure they've got that fully in hand. We've been doing an appraisal gap strategy conversation with clients, which has been really well helping them figure out if, how much they need to waive the appraisal, if they can waive the appraisal. And obviously that's a necessary thing in many, for many offers these days. And then the other thing that I've noticed is, what really, really is helping is making sure that you are working with your team of, preferred professionals that's going to help you get to closing on time. And Brian knows the importance of this too, because he's got a team that works with him every single step, and everyone works together in a great capacity that serves the clients at such a higher level when everyone is working together in that, in sync and with serving the same purpose. And so the clients really benefit when that happens. So just make sure that you are an advocate for, I know there's a lot of talk about it's, my job is to do the real estate, and I get it, but your job is to be quarterback as well for your clients, right? And to really serve them at a high level. And I'm not even a football fan, and that football reference came in. Look at that. You'd think I knew a thing or two about it, but I don't. And then the other thing we're doing to possibly help, I know we want more listings too, right, in this world, because that helps everybody, whether you're a buyer's agent or a listing agent right now. More listings helps everybody involved because of the inventory strategy. So inventory shortage, I mean. So one of the things that we're doing is when we have a refi conversation with somebody, if you have somebody who is, a homeowner and you're reaching out to your past data claims, having them have a conversation with us about a refinance, what we do is we actually have a conversation. We don't just say, okay, you can refi, you can save $100 a month. Great, let's do it. Our conversation goes more like, so what's your, it's all about what's our end game here, right? Like how long are you going to be in your home? Is your current home still serving you well? Is one of the questions we ask them. What is your plan? And so then we can help them realize, well, they're like, yeah, I'd really love to move out, but I don't have that kind of money. Okay, let's talk about that. And then we can help do an analysis that helps them review and say, okay, you actually only need X amount of money and your monthly payment can be X. And so we go through that with them and we've been able to help a couple people make the decision, which they wanted to make, right? But they were scared to make and didn't think they were ready to make, that it was time to move on. So we can hopefully help you generate some more listings that way too then. So it's just a little bit on the mortgage side of things. So any questions on those things before I move on? No. Okay, cool. So let's get into the brand of you, right? So what you sell is not real estate. If you've been to any of my classes, you've heard me say this before, right? What you sell is not real estate. What you sell is you. You are your brand. You are what needs to be marketed, if you will, right, to everybody. So I'm sorry, I don't know how I did that. So we've got to make sure that you're constantly marketing yourself to others. And so when it comes to video marketing, right, there's two types of realtors in the world right now. Those that are currently doing video marketing and those who will do video marketing. And why I say that is not because you have a burning passion to do video marketing. I know there's a lot of fear around video marketing too, right? But the reason why there's only these two types of realtors is because this is what consumers are demanding. This is what is necessary for you to stay in existence in the world that we live in right now and to market yourself in this world. It is so much easier to succinctly convey a message on video marketing than any other medium out there right now. And that's what consumers are seeking. So if you want to have sellers, if you want to have buyers, that's what they want. And so if you want to keep being able to reach them, this is what you have to do. So it's just a matter of how quickly you're going to join those that are doing it and join in doing it. So, let's not be the last to this frontier, right? Let's be, you would still be among one of the pioneers if you did it at this point, because even though it is actually quite easy once you get into it, there's a whole lot of fear before people get into it, understandably, totally understandably. And I will just share a quick story about my entrance into video marketing. I know at this point, you've probably all seen my videos and think, you know, that I do them with such ease and regularity, right? But the first video I ever did, I'll tell you, I think it was in 2013 or 14. And that first video, it was a 1-minute video. It took me about 3 hours to do that first video. I did, I don't know how many different takes on it, didn't like a little thing about each of them. What I learned is that perfection is the enemy of execution and production, right? And, you know, a little spoiler alert, but it was never going to be perfect, right? The final product that I produced after 3 hours was actually no better than the one I did after 10 minutes, right? It was just that I finally had to let go of all these hopes of perfection. And so it's when you let go of that, that you'll realize that it's all good. And you know, the other thing to remember, I would say, is that you are who you are, right? And when you're like right now, if I have a mess up, if I stutter my words, that's what's going to come out. And you guys still love me despite that, right? So same happens on a video. You know, that's who I really am. And so that's what you're going to see. So you will see, if you see any of my videos, that there are times when I stutter a little bit, that I have a little mix up and make a mistake. And, you know, you just have fun with it and you go with it, because at the end of the day, this is me, and this is what you're going to get, whether it's on a video or it doesn't need to be a made up version of you. So just remember that when you're doing it, is that perfection is totally the enemy right now when it comes to doing this. So don't look for perfect. And you know what? Your audience isn't looking for perfect. So remember that. So why video is so important. And I know that wasn't the main thing that folks said, but I'm just going to touch on it real quick because it is important to help you actually execute on it, right? So you're being held back with all the hows, right? A lot of the questions that everyone had from the poll, people want to talk about are the hows of it. But like anything else, if you have a strong enough why, you'll figure out the hows, right? So the hows will just come and that'll be part of it. But so you've got to understand why you want to do this video marketing. And it's about your brand, right? Your brand is not about what you offer, but it's in the manner in which you bring this to the table for everybody else. And your eventual goal should always be, right, in the business, is to get a referral from every client and a client from every referral. That is the best way to know that you've done a good job, right? That is the best way to know that you've served your clients well. So your primary purpose should always be to be referred. And when you go in with that purpose, you know that you've got to serve at a high level. You know that you have excellence has to come out of you in order for you to be referred. Because if you're not serving everybody at this great level, they're not going to want to refer you. And so if you know that that's what you are, and your job is to be a consultant, right? Someone who's committed to showing up 120% in every relationship with wisdom, with knowledge, with love, with compassion, with processes, procedures, and an action plan, right? And once we have that, then your clients are going to truly respect what you do, trust you, and they're going to be compelled to want to tell other people about what you do because you've showed up in this way for them. So, and then it's easy to be, you know, to be recognized when that's what you're doing, right? And then you become compelling, right? Not convincing. I always tell people, I'm not going to ever try to convince somebody that they have to work with me, right? I'm not in the poll game. Like, I want you to be compelled because of what I do to want to come engage with me, because I deliver so much value that this is what that you want my help and you want my business. And so just putting out there that vibe and positive energies and stuff is what is about your brand. And so now what we have to do, right, is take this, and by the way, and then it leads to these great, you know, referrals, right? So when we do that, and then people voluntarily go out and put these types of reviews out there for you. So the way that video fits into all of this, right, is when you're doing video, you know, you guys were saying something at the beginning about everybody knows me, right? It's partly because of the video, right? So the videos are out there and it gives me this instant credibility, right? They're thinking, just because you do a video, people think you know something, right? We can use that to our advantage, right? Because unfortunately we've fallen prey to it and watch videos about people teaching how to do all these things when they don't know what they're doing. But you all that are on this call truly are experts at what you do. you all, I know each of you personally, and I know that you all have compassion in your hearts. I know that you care about your clients, and I know that you want to serve them well. So why not get that credibility by sharing something, right? Bigger. And then it gives you instant celebrity status, right? Because of it, because people think that. And, you know, I said it before, but even though video marketing's been around for a long time, there's still not a lot of people doing it, and not doing it with regularity, right? You might get the occasional, oh, I did a video, great, but the regularity is not there yet. So this is an opportunity for you to be, you know, in the forefront of it and still be ahead of it. And then, you know, people want to work with people that they know, that they like, and they trust. And when you do videos, people get a chance to know you. And honestly, once you get into it and you let go of all that perfection, it becomes a fun thing to do. You get to, you know, be silly in it. You get to be yourself, and it's really a lot of fun. You can do it anytime, any place. Doesn't cost you anything just to do a basic video. So it is the cheapest form of marketing as well that's out there. So less time consuming, the biggest reach, and no expense. So those are all the reasons. And quite frankly, it's a heck of a lot easier than typing up a super long email too, or a message, or you know, working on a marketing piece and all that kind of, that can take forever, trying to get the right fonts and all that kind of, you know, nonsense, right? This is just a lot faster. And who wants to read? Think about what you consume, right? Think about yourself. If you see a marketing piece, if you see a long post, if you see a long email, are you inclined to take the time to read it? And if you're not, right? See, and it's, you know, and that's, and Pete, you just helped, you know, you're not.
Yeah, but the problem is when you're selling HUD listings, you better read it.
Well, right. Yeah. So there's the need, but it's not the want. And that's the point, right?
I agree.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's across all generations is the other big thing, right? It's not, some people think it's not just for the millennials. It's not just for the young. It's across all generations at this point. All of our attention span has dropped, basically. So we got, and then, you know, the super, super cool thing is that it lets people get a chance to know you before you ever meet them. So that is one of the best things. I have to tell you, I definitely get that a lot. Where, oh, April, how cute, your dog. So you should use your dog. Super cute dog. You should use them in your videos, by the way. Yes.
No dogs.
Yeah, everyone loves dogs. I'm not a dog lover myself, but I know everyone loves dogs, and it's going to get you views, right? So you got to do it. But it gives people a chance to get to know you before they meet you. And I've had this happen countless times at this point, where I meet somebody that was either introduced to me in the real estate space or maybe in town, and they're like, oh yeah, we know you, you do the videos. So they know, and they can already decide if they want to engage with me or not, right? So they're only going to engage with me if they like what they saw in the videos. And so for me, that narrows my pool. I know that everyone's not going to like what I have to offer, and I'm okay with that. But what this does with the videos is it lets me find the people who are attracted to what I have to offer. And I get to then engage with the people who are like I am, right? And now we're going to have a reason to have a good conversation, because they'll say, oh, well, you mentioned this and this, or whatever it is. And we know that you've got kids. They'll know about me. And so we've got instant conversation immediately. And they're knowing what I'm putting out there about me, right? So it's kind of, it really just makes it so much easier to meet new people because of it. So, so that's definitely a huge thing. And so, you know, you want to get into the mindset of your clients. Okay. And you can't just talk about business all the time, because, you know, snooze fest, right? Like, who wants to talk? I mean, I know you guys love real estate and you're really good at it, but even you probably don't want to talk about real estate all the time, right? So if you don't, and this is your business and your livelihood, imagine what other people are thinking. So, and you're not just marketing to people that are currently in the market for real estate, you're marketing to people who know people that are in the market for real estate. So that means you can't just talk about real estate, because you've got to attract the other people who aren't in the market at the moment. And you know, you want to remember that you don't want people to block you because all you do is sell, right? And then you don't want to overthink things, right? When we overthink things, then it'd be like, it's what I said before about the perfection. And then I already said it, but definitely use your pets, use your friends, your family members, your clients, your partners, whoever is willing and wanting to hop in a video with you, take advantage of it. I try to get my kids in all the time, but they just refuse. I was like, you guys, you don't understand how many, my views will go up 1,000-fold if you get in the video with me. But I just can't I haven't bribed them enough, I guess. I've got to figure out how to entice them a little bit more.
It's boring. It's embarrassing.
Right. I know. That's, have you talked to my kids, Pete? That's exactly,
No, they're all the same.
Yeah.
I shouldn't generalize, but that runs through.
That runs through. I get my nephew in every now and then. He's more of a willing subject, so I get him in every now and then. He's super cute.
He must love you a whole lot.
He does.
That's wonderful.
So, but you want to give people something cool to talk about, to smile at, to laugh at. Just be a ray of sunshine. And if you are thinking, you have to post on social media, first of all. Whatever you do, you've got to post on social media. And if you're on social media, you know that there's a whole ton of negativity out there. So just being a ray of sunlight and sunshine in somebody's day is going to give them a reason to want to engage with you. So, and who cares what others think about your videos, by the way, right? So my whole philosophy on the videos that I do is, if I can make a difference in one person's life, that video was worth my time, is the way that I look at it. So that's my whole, and that's how I look. And sometimes, like this week, the video that I put out on Monday, it only had a couple of likes. And so of course I went, I was like, oh man, why did I only get a couple of likes? And then one person posted something that said, I love that you do these videos. Thank you so much. And I was like, okay, that's my one person. It doesn't matter if nobody else says anything this week. I touched one person, and that's so that's the way that I look at it. As I said, there's definitely people who don't like them and who are like, oh my God, why is she always self-promoting? Why is she always doing this? And they've got all their stories that they have about me doing these videos, but I'm going to block that out because I made a difference in one person's life. And for me, that's a reason to keep going and to keep doing what I do. And then, the most important thing about this is, be you, right? Be crazy, be stupid, be creative, be funny. I am not those things, as you see in my videos, right? Funny is not my thing. So I can't be super, I'm not creative, but for me, it's about positivity and inspiration. So that's what I do, because that's me. So that's what I do. But if you are, I know there's some of you here that have different talents and different skills, right? Kat's a dancer. So like whatever is you pick your lane and let your true self shine. True self shine, right? I said that right. Okay. Yeah. And then that's going to be what people get attracted to, because the cool thing about it is that, as I said, you get to pick your audience this way, right? We can't be everything to everybody. We all know that, right? I know it's a tough pill to swallow for people that like me, who are people pleasers, but the reality is that we can't be everything to everybody. So if we can find the people that want us, then we can be ourselves, and we can, find more people that are attracted to it. And so that's what I love about video marketing, is that you can be you, and the people that like you get attracted to you. And the most important thing, right? The absolute most critical thing, if you walk away with nothing else here, is that the content is the most important thing of what you're doing in a video, right? It doesn't matter how well produced the video is. It doesn't matter how great the lighting is. It doesn't matter how long or how short the video is, or where you posted it. If the content isn't something that folks want to consume, no point in doing it. So we've got to have good content and a good message at the end of the day. So let's talk about ideas. This is one of the things that everyone said, right? That you wanted some information on what do you talk about? So let's first talk about resources of where to find content ideas, right? There's the obvious, but I'm going to state it anyway, right? Our good friend Google and YouTube and Pinterest, right? They've got some amazing ideas there. I do a lot of audiobooks personally, and books. I use those as talking points for myself, because I happen to, and again, this is because this is me. I like to read. I like to listen to audiobooks. I like to listen to podcasts. So I get a lot of my content from those things personally. And then there's just everyday life tips and tricks. Like if you're doing something that you're like, oh, or a clever idea that you wouldn't have thought of, right? Like, oh, I never would have thought to do that. Well, maybe someone else didn't think to do that. Let me share the idea, right? So you can do things like that. People obviously love to save money. So if that's your thing and you love saving money too, and you've got all these little hacks and tricks and things, any sort of life hack that you have, or money hack, like those are good things to save. And then again, if you like to be funny and that's like really who you are, then you could do crazy little things and funny things to make people laugh. if that's really more of your element, right? Or if you want to, and if you're an entertainer, if you like to do things like that, if you're a cook, if you like to share recipes, and that's really, or if you're a gardener, you're into pets, right? April, you could do a whole thing about like tricks with your dogs, right? And things that maybe, tips on how to, I don't know, dog related, right? So it depends on what you're into, and you've got to use those. Funny things, again, that, your friends don't want to know kind of stuff too. And then the other thing I love that I've been using is common questions that I hear from my clients. So, I always get the question about what happens if like I have a cosigner, what about, PMI? Like those are common questions that I get as a mortgage lender, right? And so easily turn those into video content. So just use that. And I have a email folder that I just created that says video ideas. So, and basically if I see some idea, so I just put things into that folder. It doesn't mean I'm going to stop what I'm doing and create that video now. That was a mistake that I made. And then when I want to create something and I don't remember what to do, I couldn't remember those ideas. So finally the light bulb went off and I created a folder, right? So it's simple. I just have a little folder. I drag emails into that folder of like, hey, that's a good question. Pete asked me about what to do about X, Y, and Z. That's something that other people may want to know too. Let me put that in there. And it's one day when I'm doing my video creation, I'm going to use that as my content.
So you have ADHD too, huh?
Oh my gosh, don't we all? We're in sales. It's like, it goes with the territory. Yeah. Monkey brain, like, is one of my biggest, I call it a monkey brain. But creating that type of organization helps tame that monkey. It helps leverage the benefits of the monkey brain. So yeah. So here's some ideas of different things that I do, right? So I definitely use it, as to introduce people to the different events that we have, right? So definitely do that. And then I probably all know that I do a once a week video. And so the important thing about something like that is to maintain consistency and in your timing and your branding if you're doing something like this. So my social media, every Monday morning, I put out a video on social media. And then every Thursday it goes out by email. So it's what's expected. I remember one Monday, I don't know why I did not get it out on time. And I got a message at like 11 or so from somebody saying, are you okay? Because I didn't get it out, and they knew like Monday, they're like, we like to start our Mondays with you. Like you weren't there, what happened? So I've come to realize like that because I developed finally the habit, right? It took me a long time to develop the habit of doing it every Monday morning. But once I did it and I had the consistency of it, now people know when to expect to hear from me. So that helps build that viewership too, when people know when they can expect to hear from you. Again, because they like the message, right? They wouldn't care if they didn't like the message. And then you could, again, there's some fun things too. This is something that a couple of my friends have done. How to remove deodorant from your clothes. Like that's what I was talking about, life hacks, right? And this one cracks me up. Toast your buns, and no, not those buns. He's talking about toasting hamburger buns. And look, he's got 2,000 views almost. And I pulled this a little while ago, so he may have more views at this point. But that's insane that something so silly like gets so many viewerships, right? So there's little things that you can do, and then you always have to have a tie-in at the end, right? If you're depending on what your motive is and what you're looking to accomplish. So things that you need to do. Actually, I feel like I'm just gonna hold on. There's another. Before I go to equipment, I know I had another slide that I put in about more ideas. Let me go through ideas first, just to kind of be a little more consistent with it. So stories are great. I mean, you guys have probably heard the word story selling, right? So anytime you can share stories, and always, your formula for a story should be about what happened, the problem that existed, how that problem was resolved, right? And who and usually you want to make somebody else the hero, not you. So if you're sharing like a real estate story, it can be, I had this client who, was looking to buy their first home and whatever. And then you go on and, although you may have done some of the work, it was because this client was so dedicated and so committed, right? It was, even though you're the one that, internally you're thinking, well, I'm the one that kept reminding him and did this, but it was because they were committed to their goal, because they showed up every time we wanted to go see different homes. It was because this client was ready to make the offers that were going to get accepted. That's how they got their first home. So you are just the underlying person that helped, like the wind beneath their wings, if you will, but they are the true hero of the story. So there's a great story brand, it's called. I think it's a book, story brand. Don, I forget his last name. He writes this good book about telling stories. Listings, obviously listings are a great thing to talk about. You can do a video of just the listing where you do a walkthrough of the house. A lot of people are doing videos of listings. There's a couple of different ways you can do that, right? You can get it professionally done. Of course, I know you're all doing professional photographs. And so a lot of those folks will also create a video for you. If you are able to get into that video and do a walkthrough of the listing, that is super cool. So if you're like, hey, this is the office here, and you guys check out, this is the perfect place for you to be able to record your videos and to be able to go and make those phone calls, so, and this kitchen is going to be so fabulous for entertaining. Check out these marble countertops, whatever. So if you're giving not just the pictures, but the play-by-play of it, of why people might like it, you're building your own brand in addition to selling your listing, right? The other way, it's just the listing. Now it's, hey, Robin is such a great real estate agent, right? I noticed Robin in all these great homes. So then it becomes a little bit more of you're doing two things at one time. And then open houses, of course, right? You've got an open house. And I mean, you guys have all probably seen those agents with, here, check out the line at my open house, right? And you may, as agents, I know you as agents though, maybe like, oh, here's another one. What's that?
So what?
Well, no, but see, so this is the thing about that, Pete, because you see tons of them, because you're in the real estate space and you've got tons of real estate agent friends, right? But the average buyer and seller doesn't have a ton of real estate friends. So they're not seeing as many of those videos as you are. Because I sometimes think that too, even like mortgage related stuff. I'm like, oh my God, my feed is full of open houses. My feed is full of this, but that's because that's the world that I live in.
Yeah. But the buyers are seeing those lines everywhere they go. So that's why I say, so what? It's like, not just me. I'm like, I was speaking on behalf of a buyer. So what? There's a line. What else is new? There's a line at every freaking house because of the inventory shortage.
Yeah.
But
well, and then
I'm speaking more to the content of the video.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's about what you do with that, right? It's hey, there's a line, and this is how Pete, like, this is how I am helping my buyers, and this is what I'm doing to help my seller, right? We've got, right. And this is what we're doing to keep you all safe in this world that we're in, right? Like we're trying to do, so then you take a different spin on it that helps, so that's how you leverage things like that. So you've got to, and so that's exactly it. So if you know that the question is, so what? So then you tell them the so what, that's is what it is. Like, this is why this should be important to you, and just take it from there. A weekly tip, that's a great one. Just do a tip of the week, right? Whatever it may be. If it be like, hey, I've got a friend who's doing a 7 Habits of, Highly Effective People. You all probably know that book, right? By Steve Covey. So he's actually, I guess he loves that book, and he got some 52, apparently they have a deck of 52 cards, like 1 action a week. So he's like, you know what? I'm just going to share about this. So he's taken all his viewers on the journey with him, and every week he shares a card, and he's like, this is what's going on this week. This is your tip. And he's doing a tip of the week from the book, right? So, but yours could be whatever is important to you and what you're into. Market updates are another really, really good one. This is on my to-do list. I've been wanting to do market updates weekly, or bi-weekly, monthly, whatever works for you, but do market updates, right? Make yourself the expert in the area.
I have a question.
Yes.
Where do you get the market update information? And please don't tell me it's the MLS. I know it is from the MLS, but how to put it in the context? That is where I am really baffled.
You're going for perfection. I know a guy who does it every single morning, and he talks about number of listings under contract, number of new listings, number closed, and those numbers tell the story right there. And all you do is at the end say, we're clearly in a seller's market, and things are moving. Mm-hmm. So call me. That's it. Dan Cernum does them. And I used to look at him and say, that's corny. But no, if you do it every day, it's good information.
And it's consistent, right? That's awesome. If he does it
Exactly.
every morning.
He does it every day. Yeah.
So people, whether they're watching it every day or not, here's the cool thing about that, right? You probably don't watch it every day. And most people probably don't watch it every day, but maybe
No, but every time you look, it's there.
And so what do you think about Dan then? Well, Dan knows his market. Dan's who I need
Exactly.
to call. So whether you watch it or not, sometimes is less relevant. But the fact that he puts it out there every day. And Rupa, there's services too. So you can, I mean, for me, I get mine. I subscribe to some mortgage services that give me rate information every single day. So I'm just gonna repackage that content is what I'm gonna do. That's my plan. So keeping current matters. Is that the right?
Yeah, keep.
Excuse me. They've got some great content, and I know there's a lot of other real estate ones that have great content that you can use. And and I know there's actually also services in the real estate world where they actually almost give you, some information that you can do videos with. So you can absolutely do that. Yeah. And then it's whatever you're seeing.
You can get them from
yourself.
RPR. You can pull up.
RPR. That's what I was thinking of. Thank you.
Yeah. You can pull up
RPR and Najar also is on, because my content always comes from Najar. So whatever I put it out on the videos, it's all from Najar. So I was just getting confused as to how to put it in context with the MLS updates. So now I have a clear idea. Thank you for giving me that idea. Just pull out the numbers and say it out.
Yeah,
and
tell them what this means. Don't just throw the information. It's like on a presentation. Here's the fact. Here's the tie-in. What does it mean to you?
I think that tie-in is the critical thing, Pete, that you got to
have 3 steps.
The tie-in is great. And Robin, messaged and said, you got to package it in a way that you think your particular audience will appreciate it. And that's a good way of putting it, Robin. So it's about what your audience is going to respond to, right? So, because at the end of, if you think about all the self-help books, if you think about all the different videos and at the end of the day, a lot of the content is the same, right? It's about how people package the information and what resonates with you. So you've got to find a way that you think will resonate with your audience. And quite frankly, that is comfortable for you to do. I do think that if we try to make it too big, and for me, at least, this has been my experience. And if you see my videos, they're not high production, right? They're very much like do it yourself kind of stuff tough. And that's because for me, that's what allows me to be consistent. That's what makes it easy for me to actually execute and to do. I don't complicate it. And so because I don't make it too difficult for myself, I can actually execute on it. So if you make it a huge thing that becomes a big project, you may not execute on it. So remember, execution beats perfection every time, every single time. So just do it is more important than do it perfectly. Yeah.
Do you take out
imperfect action is better than perfect inaction?
That's well put. I like that. Yeah.
Do you take out time like once a week or every day to do those videos, or how do you, because last year it was a shutdown and everything, and I was consistent every week, but now business has picked up and I can't even get the time to do the video. I have the material, everything is put together, but don't have the time to do the video.
You gotta prioritize it.
And it's not, one of the things that I learned that I loved is it's never a lack of time. We all have 24 hours in a day. It's a lack of priorities, as Pete said. So you're not doing it not because you don't have the time, but because it's not a priority. So you've got to decide to make it a priority is what it comes down to. If it's important to you. Yeah, and for me, I do.
Sunitha, one of the things I've learned over the years is that when you start out, you have to build your business, okay? And that's always the key, and it's the key to keep going. Ongoing success, because once you start out and you build the business comes to you, then you get into the manage mode, and that's the least productive, believe it or not, okay? Because you got to keep growing but you got to prioritize growth. It's like how does Chris Ryan for 25 years, every day, whatever he does, he gets on the phone, maybe he's doing social media now, whatever, but every single day. He's amazing, and he never stops listing. Okay, so you got to prioritize that stuff, and always when you get all bogged down with oh my God, I got these 5-7 deals all of a sudden when I've only been working on 1 or 2. What do I do? You know, you got to still maintain the focus on building.
Yeah, and that's exactly it, Pete. There's got to be time for growing the business, working on the business, and working in the business. And if all you do is work, yeah. If you always work in the business,
working in the reaction.
You can keep working in the business, but at some point you will have no business to work on if you don't focus on growing the business. Is what it comes down to.
Exactly.
It's just that simple. And to answer your question more specifically, I do every Monday morning. I've got it blocked on my calendar that I need to spend that time, and I record the video. So every Monday morning, it's a ritual. That's what I do, regardless of what, and if you've seen my videos, you know, regardless of what I look like, what my hair looks like, if I have, you know, I usually don't have makeup, but whatever I'm wearing, you're going to see it, because that's my ritual, is that every Monday morning, that's what I do. So it's just, it's part of my routine. So now I'm trying to build another routine, by the way, because I want to do the market update, right? So this is and so building that next routine is taking me a little bit of time, because I'm trying to figure out when to do that. So that's my next thing for me, is trying to build that. And then I also just record videos, you know, in process. So the other thing that you see here, I don't have on here, but staying in touch with your database, right? And using it as for process is another really great one. So again, some of you know, right? I've got a little video that introduces me to your clients, right? So I built out a template that says introducing Pinky Shah's team. And in there is a video from me that says, hey, you know, look forward to helping you. First thing you want to do is complete an application, and then I'm going to ask you for documents, and then we're going to set. So I just walk them through the process, because it's the same conversation over and over again that I would have to have. So it's in a little video now. You know, you've seen my video that I send to people for listing agents, right? That I tell them about, hey, this is a really full, well-qualified client. I have that. I have a clear to close video. So I've got videos throughout different stages of my process that people get on a regular basis as well. And so that leads to consistency in a experience for all my clients to have the same experience all the time. Yes, Joanne.
Can you share some of those videos with me? I would like to have an idea of what to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Happy to do that. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey.
And then, you know, there's, probably. What's that, Pete? Oh.
What?
Community events is another thing, right? So if you are actively involved in the community,
I gotta look professional.
If you're someone who's like really looking to, you do look really professional, Pete.
My stepdaughter's good. Are you going out today? And I said, yeah. She says, oh, you're all dressed up. I said, well, that's really for the Zoom.
Well, thank you. We're honored. We're honored. Community events are another big thing, right? So whatever you do with your community, if you're involved in it, that's a great thing. If you're involved in any organizations, that's a great place to do videos, right? If you're involved in the chamber, if you're involved in any local nonprofits, those are great ways to do it, to do video topic. And then just staying in touch with your database, right? You could send out a quick message that says, you know, happy Father's Day coming up, right? Happy Memorial Day. Here's what's going on this weekend, right? Here's some different things that are going on. You can talk about that. You can send personal messages. And I think a great way, if you haven't done videos just to get started, is to send a thank you video to somebody after. So somebody that's made whatever they've done for you, whatever you want to say, right? It could be a thank you to maybe whoever referred you your last client. Here we go. We're going to make it really easy and specific, so you don't have to think at all. Okay. I'm going to take away all need for thinking here. And if you can do this, I encourage all of you, as right after we finish this, record a video to whoever sent you your last referral and say thank you to them. That's not hard, right? Can we do that?
It's a good one.
It's a good one. And how's that going to make that person feel? All right.
They're going to love it and remember it.
Yeah. So let's do that. Everybody send a thank you video, and I will do it with you. I will send a thank you to whoever sent the last referral in. So we can do that. Obviously speaking gigs, if you're speaking at an event, you can definitely and should record that. Oh, I should have recorded this class. Shoot, I forgot. All right. I forgot to hit record. But you know, a lot of my classes, I do remember to record, and I do put them up on YouTube afterwards, right? So they're there for
it's showing as recording, just so you know.
Oh, it is recording?
Yeah.
No, oh,
it says recording.
Oh man, go Eileen. Eileen remembered to hit record then. That's awesome. I did not. Yay, good, okay. Good save, thanks, Kat. Family outings are another great thing, right? And again, so you don't just want to be a salesperson to people. They have to know who you are, right? Because who wants to do business with a salesperson, right? They've got to know you, they've got to like you. So the more you can share of who you are, whatever it is, right? Whether it be family outing, whether it be, you know, again, if you like cooking, share things about your cooking and maybe you cooking. If you like gardening, share a video of you gardening. That's all I can think of. I'm sure you guys like other things besides those. So whatever those things are, share videos about them, right? And then vacations too. You can certainly share videos of that, or concerts that you go to, and anything, you know, what you'll see here is it can be anything. So when you talked about content as one of the key questions that you guys had, that's the easiest one to answer because everything is available for you to talk about. Everything is available for you. So talk about process, talk about challenges that you've had, right? But again, not just the challenge, but how you overcame it. Stories that can inspire, right? So the one thing I will tell you that you don't want, there are a couple of things you don't want to talk about. You probably know this, but we're not going to talk about politics, and we're not going to talk about religion, and we're not going to complain. We don't want to hear your woe stories, right? No one needs to hear more people complaining. So we're not going to, so those are the things you want to avoid. Everything else is pretty much fair game. So go with your passion, go with what matters to you, and that's what you would do. So I'm going to go back a little bit to talk about equipment a little bit. This is because a couple of people had questions on where to post and what to do too. So we'll talk about that just a little bit as well. If you don't have a YouTube channel already, create one immediately. All you need is a Gmail account and you automatically get a YouTube channel. That's all it is, okay? And then you can post your content. And you wanna make sure YouTube, owned by Google, as you know, right? So the most used search engine, basically. So you need to show up there in Google and YouTube. So that's a must. That's not an optional thing. That's an absolute must. You have to have a YouTube channel if you're gonna be in video marketing. You also have Vimeo, which is a platform that lets you store it, but it doesn't have all the ads and stuff. So if you're directing, so I like to use Vimeo and BombBomb. I've been using both of those, okay? So in my emails, I use those because I don't want them going to YouTube, because I don't, obviously when you go to YouTube, it's gonna then bring up all the other mortgage lenders, right? And that's not what I'm looking to do. If somebody has been referred to me, I'm not looking to redirect them to my competition, right? So I use Vimeo, and I've recently been using BombBomb. BombBomb has like amazing tools. It gives you stats. It gives you, it's easy to open right within it. So BombBomb is a little bit more expensive. Vimeo is a little less expensive. So Facebook Live is a great tool, right? So it's, again, completely free. Just go live on Facebook, or you can take, the best software and tool is your smartphone. All the smartphones these days, if you've got a phone within the last couple of years, it's probably got a heck of a camera on it. So you can definitely take advantage of that, right? And then Zoom, obviously is good because you can go live in here. If you do webinar, only if you do webinar, you can go live. If I'm doing this as a meeting, I can't go live. But if I was to do this as a webinar, I could go live from here. Oh, I don't know why I'm missing.
Why not?
Why not? That's just, it's not a functionality that Zoom has the live.
Oh, Zoom. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, like if I wanted to share and broadcast this, right? So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did that,
Can you do that on Vimeo too, or no?
No, Vimeo doesn't let you. StreamYard is another really great tool that I would recommend looking into. So StreamYard lets you broadcast on multiple platforms at one time. So StreamYard is really cool. It's not that expensive either. So Fiverr is great if you're looking for any video editing. It's got, completely inexpensive editing and stuff you can just outsource by project. Camtasia is an editing tool, but you'll see that I say, please don't use it unless you already know how to use it. It's a beast and it's not the best use of your time. I would go to Fiverr and outsource it instead. And then, video prompts. So depending on how you are, again, if you've watched my videos, you know that I'm not scripted, I just speak. But some people aren't comfortable doing that and they prefer to write it out and then speak. If you like to write it out and then speak, Big View Teleprompter is an app that you can have, which turns your phone into a teleprompter. So it's a really neat tool, because then if you prefer to know exactly what you're going to say, you can write out your script, put it into it, and then your phone becomes a scrolling. And so you're looking at your camera and the script is moving along for you. So it's actually a really cool tool.
Pinky, can you see that script while you're using your phone to record?
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's exactly how it
what
works.
it's
Oh, that's
designed.
wild.
It's amazing. Yeah, and you can set your speed and everything on it, right? So if you are a fast talker like me, you might have to go faster. If you're slower, or actually I like to set it slower, so it forces me to slow down. But depending on what you want, you can set your speed and everything. Yeah.
There is another app also, Teleprompter.
Yeah,
I use the Teleprompter, and I think that the Teleprompter is one-time fee, whereas this one, Big View, is a monthly fee.
Big View has a one-time fee as well, Rupa. I think it's like $70 for the year or something like that.
Huh.
Yeah,
because I
did a one-year subscription to try it out, and that's what it was. But then I just realized I wasn't doing enough. Like mine were too much on the fly that I wasn't getting enough use out of it. Yeah. And then equipment-wise, all you need again is your mobile device. You need a stabilizer for your phone so that it doesn't shake, a tripod. It could be a selfie stick, something to hold. Oh, I forgot. Hold on. I'll show you my little things. 1 second. I'll show you. So this is my equipment right here. I'm going to show you. Okay. I've got a little device that turns it on and off. It's like one of those remote things. So I could stand here and push this button. It turns my video camera on. I have a small tripod that I can take with me places. I also have like a standing tripod that I use. And then I've got a mic. I've got a couple different mics. I have one that, just clips on here, and that's all it is. I've got a wireless one. Now I have a wireless one, and I have a wired one. But that's it. You don't need both. I just, happen to have both because my husband and I both use them. So it works out. But that's all you need. And now there's drones and there's more things. I'm not quite so advanced myself, but those do exist. So if you are wanting to get really techie, you can do that too. So that's all the equipment you need. And all of this is literally maybe like, I would say, I don't know, $40 at most. So it's not very expensive. So it's not a big investment if you wanted to do this. It's really, really inexpensive thing to pick up. Where do you share? Your Facebook personal page. And yes, I said personal page. I know there's like this thing that people don't want to always use their personal and their business. They don't want to mix business and pleasure, but you have to. You have to. You should post on your business page. You should have a business page. The business page allows you to boost it. It allows you to, do some more things with it, but then you've got to share it on your personal page as well, because that's where your friends are. That's where your network is. That's where your sphere of influence is. And then there's
do both.
Yeah, you got to do both. That's what I do. I post it on my business page and then I share it on my personal. And the other thing is we share it in groups. So I post it on all the local township groups. I post it in a lot of the realtor groups personally. So I post it in a lot of groups as well. And so that's
groups are tough. Groups are tough though. A lot of times, a lot of them are restricting.
Yes, you have to abide by the rules of the group. Absolutely. Absolutely. You have to abide by the rules of the group, but there's plenty of groups that, welcome and allow the content because they're looking for content, right? So many of the groups are looking for content and they want people to share content because if they don't, then there's no point of the group. So Instagram obviously is another source, right? Instagram is where all your millennials are hanging out, guys. So definitely be on Instagram. Snapchat is another resource that's more of a younger audience. LinkedIn is, if you're depending on who your audience is, if you've got a lot of professionals, you want to make sure you're on LinkedIn as well. Obviously, we talked about YouTube already. TikTok is another place that a lot of millennials are starting to hang out. So I, again, am not cool enough yet to get there myself. I've decided I'm not focused.
Too much.
Yeah, it's too much. So I think you've got to focus, right? Depending on what platform you like to be on and what platform your audience likes to be on.
Just a tip. I do 90% of my stuff on Instagram, including links to the videos, because from there on Instagram, you can put it on your business page. If you have you got to have a business page, link it. It's not that hard. It's like a couple of steps. Set up your Twitter page and you can go from LinkedIn, Nextdoor, everywhere in like 1 or 2 steps from Instagram.
Yeah.
So it hits everything. And then when it hits my business page on Facebook, I just share it over to my personal page. But yeah.
Yep, exactly. And so Instagram will let you do all of that, as you said, like you can link it to your Facebook, you link it to your Instagram, your Twitter. And then Facebook has a business suite now too. So from your computer, you can post right to both at the same time. And then Instagram has the Reels and the IGTV. So Reels for really quick, short ones, IGTV for longer video. So you can create a channel in there. So there's a lot. I mean, I'm not going to get into all those specifics because it's a lot to get into, but yeah, don't worry, Robin. I would say start with one. You know, if you're not doing any of these, pick the one that you have most familiarity with, that you know that you have an audience on, and start with that. So if you're already on Facebook, let's start there. Just make sure you do personal and business. I'm guessing that's where the majority of people are already comfortable. So that's why I picked that one, right? And then the other, actually, so I say pick one, but just upload it to YouTube as well. Okay, and that's not.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's it. No matter what you do, YouTube you upload to, and then the others you can record right on there. And then, yeah, and then there's all sorts of tools to help you put it out. It's very easy to post on multiple places at this time, but start with one if you haven't done any. You can go live on Facebook. It's really pretty simple. You just have like a, you know, a live video option if you're on your phone, and you just click that. So it's really simple to do that. On your mobile device, right, there's options, there's these stories, and you can always add stories too. So that's another cool thing to do. This is the IGTV icon on Instagram. So you click there if you want to go live, or if you want to upload, you can do that, and you can put an IGTV. And then like I have a channel, that's where all my Monday videos go, like it's in a channel. So if people want to go back and look at it, they can go back and see all of them. We talked about this already. BombBomb, I think I told you guys, BombBomb is, you know, pricey compared to many of the other things, but it's super cool because it lets you send personal videos to people. So if you use Gmail, there's a simple integration where literally if you had a client that asked you a question, you just turn on your camera and say, hey, Brian, I know you were asking me about what to do about signing the contract. Well, here's what you're going to do, and blah, blah, blah. So instead of you typing up a long email or whatever, you just send a quick email, a video. So that's really, really neat part about BombBomb. It makes it, and it's just right in the email. And then templates, right? This is what you were asking about. So here's one of the templates like that I have, where it just says, it was nice speaking with you. Please click my picture to watch this video. And as promised, here's how to get started with the pre-approval. So usually I send this template out once I've had a conversation with the client. So talk to somebody, they say they want to get pre-approved. We had a client, they say, Darlene sent me your way. Okay, great. Love to help you. Here's what you're going to do. And then I send this as a follow-up. And I don't write this all out. This is a template that's saved in my computer. And they think I recorded a video for them. So it's nice. And it's a generic one that says, hi, I'm Pinky. And, you know, it's generic that way. It doesn't have a name. So, you know, when we talk about why video, the question is not why, right? Hopefully you realize the question is why not, right? So there's no reason why you should not be leveraging video, because you're leaving money on the table by not doing this. You're literally like just throwing money away. If you're investing in a Zillow, you're spending money there, you're doing some magazine, you're American, I'm not going to name names because they're not that those aren't bad things, but this is easy. This is definitely going to grow your business. And even if you never talk about your business, by the way. So some of my coaches and some folks will tell you that I don't ever ask for business in the videos that I do. And that they say I should. There should always be a call to action at the end of your videos.
You should.
I should, I know, but my intention with my, and I know, my intention of the videos that I do though, is to, you know, because my big why, if we go back to my big why is that the reason that I feel like I exist on this earth is to help bring out the greatness in people and help them share that with other people. So that's the reason that I started doing those videos, right? It was partly
you can share it with more people by growing your business.
You're right. You're absolutely right, Pete. I know. I agree with you. No, yep, I hear you. So, but I think, and that's why I'm going to start doing the market videos, and then I could grow my business through that. But it is growing the business, even though that wasn't my only intention from it, right? So, yeah. But you're right. So you should always have a call to action on it, and not doing it is definitely, you know, you're right. Noted. You got me.
Anyhow. Hey, it's because we love you. Come on, I'm only giving you, some personal advice.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. So,
all right, listen, I apologize. I got to run. Andrew's got his meeting.
Oh, absolutely. Tell Andrew I said hello and everybody.
But you, very, very good stuff. And I know you record it, and I know you send it out. I will finish reading, watching, whatever is left. Okay?
Well, thank you. Thank you for participating and sharing. Appreciate it.
My pleasure. Take care, guys.
You too. Bye-bye. And we're really near the end. So my message is, if you believe in yourself and you're committed to what you want to do, and I said this before, but don't let the house stop you, right? Don't let the house stop you. Let's focus on what you want to do. And I guess I said all these things before, but the speed of implementation is really important. So let's make sure that you do it and you take action, right? So your assignment, we talked about this before. I thought I came up with it on the fly, but I guess I planned for it, is to send out at least one video, okay? If you're not sure what to do, you're gonna send a thank you video to, and actually I think you should do both. I'm gonna double my assignment because that other one I thought of, but this is so you're gonna send a thank you video to the last person who referred somebody to you, okay? And then if you can also do another video where you're gonna share with somebody, whatever it may be, right? So it could be like a message to a client. You could put it on social media about what you learned here. Like you can talk about that. You can talk about what's going on this weekend. If you know of a festival, if you know of something like that, you can talk about a tip, a market update. You can talk about a tip to help get offers accepted, to get your listing, so get your house ready. Whatever you know and you're good at. It could be, a new recipe that you shared, a new little tip you learned about how to clean something, whatever it is that matters to you. It could be about a new whiskey you discovered. It can be about whatever you learned and that you're good with. It could be a dance move cat, right? So it could be whatever you want to do. So are we going to do this? I mean, there's only one right answer here, right? You guys know that, right?
Your suggestion, I think I have about 150 videos I can do right there.
With the scotch? The whiskey, yeah. Awesome. All right. So I think did everyone respond? Everyone is in?
Oh, has anyone ever heard of Ripple, R-I-P-L?
I've heard of it, but I don't know too much about it.
I have used it in the past.
Yeah, they seem to like it. It gives you content, and be able to create these little videos. You just, you brand it. There's a fee, like a year. I don't know if it's monthly or yearly, but it was a reasonable fee. And it brings content in.
Yeah, that works. There's also Loom. I think that's a free one, Loom. That's really good if you wanted to share things with your clients. Like if you're sending a contract to somebody and you wanted to just share the contract, and you'll say, okay, here, you're going to sign X here, you're going to do this here. And again, I would say if you can do a generic one, just do like a template and then just have that so that you can send it to all your clients. Like, here's how you walk through the process of this is what you need to do. If you can do that to share screens at key times of the process, you could save yourself some efficiencies and create a greater experience for your clients that way. Yeah, awesome. So we've got commitment from everybody. So let me know, shoot me a text, shoot me an email, share the video, whatever you want to do when you've done it so that we know. And I'm going to send this recording out to everybody afterwards, and you can reply to that and just say, yes, I did it, or whatever, and let everybody know in that group too, so we can help keep each other accountable. Does that work? Awesome. Awesome. Any questions? Yeah. So my message is always about, show people love, build trust, and go win some hearts and help people accomplish what they want to do, right? That's what we're here to do. Well, thank you all for joining us today. Appreciate it.